Shadow the Hedgehog. I'm sure any Sonic fan would recognize this iconic character, probably one of the most popular in the series. Introduced in Sonic Adventure 2, he became a recurring character throughout the games, TV series, and comics. As you all know, he was the ultimate life form created by Dr. Gerald Robotnik to save his daughter from a terrible illness. Unfortunately, Maria was killed, leaving Shadow with faint memories of what she wanted him to do. Did Maria want Shadow to seek revenge on all the humans for her death? Or did she want Shadow to give people a chance to be happy? Or was Shadow suffering from a condition known as false memory syndrome? False memory syndrome is a condition in which a person's identity and relationships are affected by memories that are factually incorrect, but that they strongly believe is real. It's evident that General Robotnik manipulated memories that Shadow himself may have left behind. But were they even real to begin with? We'll find out as we head into another segment in Sonic Theories. Alright, you might be saying, yes, we know about Shadow's memory issues, this is nothing new. And you're almost right. This theory isn't about him coping with his memories, it's about the dark and sad truth about them. Let's go back to Sonic Adventure 2, the game Shadow was introduced in. I'm not going to go deep on the details, but I'll give a brief summary. Shadow the Hedgehog was the ultimate life form designed by Dr. Gerald Robotnik in order to find a cure for his granddaughter Maria, who was suffering from an illness. These pure intentions turned into a failure as the failed prototype called BioLizard went out of control, forcing the doctor to encapsulate it. The government warned Gerald to stop, but he didn't. In turn, the government sent GUN to stop and arrest Gerald, and Maria was murdered in the process. After that pivotal event, Gerald continued his Ultimate Life Form project into the person we know as Shadow. As we all know, Shadow's motivation in Sonic Adventure 2 was to exact revenge on the world for his dear friend Maria, who died at the hands of GUN. But Shadow's memories weren't real to begin with. His memories were manipulated memories by Gerald himself, who slowly went into insanity. But it just wasn't him being insane. He went through stages of hate, vengeance, and regret during his whole ordeal. You could say Shadow's memories of Maria dying are part of Gerald's hate and vengeance, but it was all a lie. Shadow never met Maria to begin with. Shadow's whole purpose was to find a cure to Maria's illness, but that was a failure. So the next project Gerald Robotnik had in store was to make Shadow a tool for his revenge, as he used Shadow and manipulated his memories. Even Rouge herself states that his memories might not be real. Shadow had distorted memories of Maria. Sometimes his memories would drown out Maria's final words to continue on his deadly mission to destroy the Earth. He even admitted he knows they could be fake, but he still is Shadow and will carry out his mission. Can you blame him? He was programmed that way, manipulated by Gerald's lust for revenge and insanity. But then, Gerald eventually started feeling regret and implanted Maria's final words, which were,
Shadow, I beg of you, please, do it for me.
Maria!
Future for all people who live on that planet. Give them a chance to be happy. Let them live for their dreams. Shadow, I know you can do it. That's the reason why you were brought into this world.
before his death, he probably put it there as a failsafe against his own plan to destroy the world. He went insane after all.
I found Maria's name among those who died when the Ark was shut down. She meant everything to me, and I couldn't bear the thought that she died because of my research. I lost everything. I had nothing more to live for. I went insane. All I could think about was to avenge her. Somehow, some way. I got scared as I no longer was able to control my thoughts.
He wasn't aware at this point, since he was losing himself to insanity and hatred against humanity. But at the end, he implanted that final fake memory to Shadow to stop his own plan. So you see, Shadow was a victim of false memory syndrome, caused by one mad scientist's lust for revenge. You could say his false memories that Gerald implanted in him were Gerald's hatred and revenge, but Maria's final words were in a way Maria's will and spirit living on through Gerald's regret. So to simply put it, Shadow never had memories to begin with. He was just a fake and empty android hedgehog. And that could explain why he left it all behind at the end of Shadow the Hedgehog. Why live with fake memories that were implanted on him? But instead of ending it all, he continued to live on for Maria's sake and for himself. Even if he never met her, in his heart he did, regardless if they were fake. And thus, he moves on. In conclusion, Shadow the Hedgehog is probably the most tortured character in the entire series. Knowing his memories are fake, his whole life was a lie, and his existence was just for revenge. But Shadow moved on from that to live his own life and write his own story. Sonic Team only intended for his character to be in Sonic Adventure 2 after all, and it was only after popular demand from fans that made them bring back Shadow and make him a recurring character. As one Sonic fan so eloquently put it, "It's funny how Sonic Team's most popular characters are the ones that aren't meant to stick around."